Yo, what's up, guys? We're gonna find some bets. Where should we start? I mean, PrizePicks has a promo, Flex Friday. First bet is risk-free, up to $20. So maybe we'll start on PrizePicks, but we can take a look. What's up, guys? Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's just kind of get into it. So where should we start? Which books have value? And honestly, we can start out on Fliff. Yesterday, we went 3 for 4 on Fliff, which honestly I'll take. So, we didn't have that good of a day on PrizePicks. We had a good day on Dabble. Again, I'll share this spreadsheet where I'm just kind of tracking all the live stream plays. You can see it here. What's up, everyone? But yeah, where should we start out? Maybe we start out with a Fliff play. So again, there's actually a few different Fliff plays. There's a lot of value on Underdog. There's some good value on Dabble. We got a lot of different options. But anyways, maybe this is the first play we start out with. Hero over 4.5 assists. Yeah, hopefully Trent doesn't pull up. We'll go to Dabble in a second. But why don't we start out here? Heat Wizards. And we just want to take Tyler Hero, over 4.5 assists. So that can be our first bet at minus 115 odds. So again, like the general premise, of finding value in the market is pretty simple. Like all these books set their own lines. The market's super fragmented. What's up, guys? Alex from Pickett had to come through. What's up, everyone? But anyways, all these sports books set their own lines, right? So you can kind of see these line movement charts. All these other sports books have moved Tyler Hero to being a pretty big favorite to go over 4.5 assists. Like all these other sports books have him favored to go over. And we're getting this at, minus 115 on Fliff. Fliff's the only book with his under favored. All these other books have his over favored. So that seems like a good play to go with. So why don't we start out there? Why not? And what do we need to do? Anyways, let's go here, and then we can check out PrizePicks, Underdog. We're going to lock in a ton of bets. There's a lot of NBA today. Most of the games starting at 5. So anyways, our first play is going to be Tyler Hero, over 4.5 assists. And we hit this for 250, which is the max on Fliff at minus 110 odds. And again, I'll just put this spreadsheet in the chat. It just kind of shows all the bets. We're gonna go to Dabble here in a second. But anyways, so that can be the first play we go with. All the books have this over heavily favored. We locked it in at minus 115 odds. That seems pretty solid. So make sure to opt in to this promo on PrizePicks. You just got to go to the promos tab, hit opt in. And maybe we could do this PrizePicks discount, but the Super Bowl is still like a week away. So maybe we'll skip over that for now. So we locked in one play. We can check out this play. Looks okay. Trae Young over 2.5 rebounds. Where should we go next? Should we go to Dabble? Unfortunately, Dabble hit me with some harder limits. But maybe we do lock in a Dabble slip quickly. So Dabble, it works just like PrizePicks. They have fixed payouts. It has the same payouts as Underdog Fantasy. The only difference between these platforms is they have different lines from one another. So you can see the first play recommended on Dabble. What's up, guys? I'm not going to ban Trent. But anyways, you can see here, Underdog doesn't have Victor's line at 2.5. It's only Dabble. So this can be the first play that we go with on Dabble. So we already have a Fliff play. Tyler Hero, over 4.5 assists at minus 115. So this is the first play we went with. But let's go over to Dabble. And let's just start building a slip. And then we can go over to PrizePicks. So here we go. We have, him over 2.5 blocks. That's the first play we want to go with. And again, why do we like this play? The way that Dabble works is just like PrizePicks, just like Underdog Fantasy. They have fixed payouts. You take a player to go over or under, you're going to get the same payout regardless. So where is blocks? I don't even know where this is. Oh, it's probably under defense. So if we go to blocks, you can see he's a heavy favorite, minus 170 favorite to go over 2.5 blocks. So even if you don't use FanDuel, what the heck? So even if you don't use FanDuel, you still want to know where these sports books are setting their lines. FanDuel, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. They have really sophisticated models. They're taking bets, moving around lines based on where action's coming in. And it's not just FanDuel, like all these books. Caesars has, him as a minus 169 favorite to go over 2.5 blocks. So that play seems pretty solid. You could also take him over 3.5 steals plus blocks, but I'd rather take his blocks line because that plays a little bit better. I mean, sportsbooks have this like minus 160, minus 155. So he's a big favorite to go over. And again, like Dabble has the same payouts as Underdog. So to beat these platforms, you just got to be able to win your picks, your over-unders. If you want to be profitable on Dabble, you just got to be able to win your over-unders, just like CMC over-under 90.5 rushing yards, above 55% of the time. So why is this play on, Victor over 2.5 blocks, winning above 55% of the time, while all the sports books have him as a huge favorite, minus 170 favorite, to go over 2.5 blocks. So that can be the first play we go with. And then there were some other, pretty solid plays on Dabble. So we can just kind of go through them. I mean, maybe lock in another slip. So if you take a look right here, right, we have Trae Young. Dabble has his line at 26. Where is it? I don't even see Dabble. It's somewhere here. So you can see they have his line at 26. All these other sports books, ParlayPlay has him at 27.5. Like you got you have hundreds of sports books posting NBA lines for today. They all have Trae Young's line at like 27, 27.5 on FanDuel. So it's pretty clear, like getting over 26 on Dabble is a pretty solid play. So what we can do is we can lock in this play. I already gave it out on Twitter, but I mean, whatever. We'll lock it in again for a live stream play. And I got to stop zooming out. And then we'll go over to PrizePicks here in a second. So we have Trae Young over 26 points. We have Wembanyama over 2.5 blocks. Wemby over 2.5 blocks. And then what else do we like? So we can kind of take a look here. So let's refresh this. I mean, this play seems solid. Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds. That actually pairs pretty nicely with this Trae play. Assuming it's not a blowout, Nurkic will probably be, hopefully playing in the fourth quarter. Same thing with Trae. If the game's not a blowout, they're both more likely to go over. And you can kind of take a look. You can see, like, FanDuel has ripped him from a minus 115 favorite to go over 9.5 rebounds to minus 180. So now he's a much bigger favorite to go over 9.5 rebounds. So we have 3 overs in this slip. This can be the first play we go with. And let's make sure this isn't frozen. What's up, guys? I did already play Trae and Wemby, but I'm going to play them again, and then we'll go to PrizePicks. So anyways, it's not verifying my location, so I just need to... there we go. So I just need to get rid of my phone, and then we can hit it. And you can see, like, unfortunately... They only gave me a max of $45 for that. So if you just go to pending, I mean, a little bit annoying, but they only gave me a max of, you can see, $45 for it. But that can be the first play we go with. Wemby over 2.5 blocks, Trae over 26 points, Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds. All the books have ripped Nurkic to being a heavy favorite to go over. That's why this pick is winning above 55% of the time and is profitable, in a Dabble entry. And again, like, this line's not available on PrizePicks. That's what's so weird. And also why sports betting's so profitable is all these books have different lines from one another. PrizePicks has Nurkic's line at 10, right? The value, it's a different bet. A lot of the value goes away. Like, obviously getting over 9.5 is better than getting over 10. Because if he has exactly 10 rebounds, which his line is centered around, so we have Wemby over 2.5 blocks. We have Trae over 26 points. And then we have Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds. PrizePicks had the line at 10. They only gave me $45. Fuck. And then this is plus 500 odds. So they give you a 6x payout on Dabble for 3-pick entries, which is why I play a lot of 3-pick entries on Dabble. Whereas, if you look at PrizePicks, they only give you a 5x payout for 3-mans, which is why I don't play 5-mans, or which is why I don't play 3-picks. On PrizePicks. But anyways, let's go over to PrizePicks quickly, and let's see if we can get something for Flex Friday. So again, the way this works is just you opt into the promo. Your first bet is risk-free up to, $20. Yesterday, we, PrizePicks ran a promo yesterday, and we were pretty close. I mean, we went 5 for 6. Maxey cleared this line on his own, but Drew didn't come through. But we still get the 2x payout. But still, unfortunately, a little bit tilting to watch that game. But anyways, so we can go over to PrizePicks and we can try to form a nice little 5-man. And you can see there's a lot of esports line discrepancies. There's actually a lot of good play. I mean, there's a lot of discrepancies right now on PrizePicks in general. Again, what's great about esports is there's just so many games. There's like, so why isn't this loading? Anyways, if we go back here and we just go to esports, there's like 50 esports games a day. And when there's more games, more surface area for the sportsbooks to cover, more profitable bets. Yeah, Dabble nerfed the fuck out of me. But anyways, just kind of how it is. So I'm not sure, is my phone connecting? So let me just reconnect it. Thoughts on standardized testing in America? Ooh. Anyways, let's try to lock in this PrizePicks play. So we have PrizePicks up. And let's try to form a nice little 5-man. Just find some plays with value. So the first play is James Harden under 14.5 rebounds plus assists. It looks like all the other books have this line at 13.5. So let's just kind of check it out. Rebounds plus assists. And let's check out Harden's line. And we can also load this up on PrizePicks already. PrizePicks bumps things pretty quickly, at least compared to Dabble. So again, so many people like to look at these last 5 graphs like, every game's different. It's already baked into the market. Underdog has his line lower at 14. Even if you don't use Underdog, that's a source of information. A lot of these other sports books have his line at 13.5. What do we think about this? Harden under 14 rebounds plus assists. Under 14.5 rebounds plus assists. Zion over 4.5 first quarter total points. FanDuel has his line at 5.5. Bradley Beal under 9.5 rebounds plus assists. Anyways, let's reload this. And let's try to get in a play. So most of these discrepancies, all this tool is doing is pointing out discrepancies between sportsbooks. So if you look at this player, Driver, PrizePicks has his line at 3. Underdog Fantasy, clearly these sportsbooks are, one of these sportsbooks is screwing up big time, but it's not clear which book is screwing up. Underdog Fantasy has Driver's line at 4.5. PrizePicks has him at 3. But it's not clear okay, which book is screwing up here. So in general, if there's a super big discrepancy, sometimes you can middle bet it, bet the over 3 on PrizePicks, the under 4.5 on Underdog. I mean, it's crazy how big some of these esports line discrepancies are. But anyways, we'll skip over those for now. And what we can try to do is, hopefully find some plays with a few more data points. So here's a combo prop. Nurkic plus Capella. We already have Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds on Dabble. Over 19.5 rebounds combo. Bradley Beal under 9.5 rebounds plus assists. So this can be the second play we go with. I mean, maybe we keep this mainly to NBA. So if we take a look at Bradley Beal, let's just pull it up quickly. Hopefully things don't get bumped. I know everyone hates the unders, but I mean, you look at the market, all the books have his under heavily favored. He's more likely to go under. Russell Westbrook to not make a 3, under half of a 3. That also seems like a decent play. And we just want to find 5 plays with value. Again, this bet is risk-free. If we lose, we get our money back anyways. But of course, we still want to find, the best possible plays that have solid value. So where should we go next? Russell Westbrook to not make a 3. Knight under 10.5 kills. So here's an esports line discrepancy, and I know, a lot of people don't like betting on esports. We've been a little bit colder on esports, but I mean, PrizePicks has this line at 10.5. These other 2 books have the line at 9.5. That seems decent. Hot Streak also has his under 9.5. They have more juice towards the under 9.5. They have the under 9.5 juiced. So maybe this is the third play we go with. And we can go here, and we can take him under 10.5. And again, This play I like a little bit more than the other ones just because we have 2 data points, right? We have 2 other sports books telling us no. PrizePicks is wrong. The line should be lower at 9.5, right? These books, they have good models. They're taking bets, moving around lines based on where action's coming in, especially action from their sharper and more profitable customers. Berserker over 4. I mean, here's another play. Underdog ParlayPlay have the line at 4.5. So this play seems halfway decent. So we can check out the value on this play. And this is just player kills. First map, player kills. So let's take a look at Berserker. You know, again, like nothing crazy. We're not doing anything that complicated. Just finding value. 4, 4.5s. Maybe some value there. I mean, I wouldn't mind some more NBA plays, but I don't see much. There's just not a lot of value in the NBA right now. Most of the value's on Dabble. Dabble or Underdog. And then we have Junjia under 7. Underdog has his line at 5.5. So we have a 1.5 kill discrepancy. And again, it's crazy. All these books set their own lines. Market's super fragmented. And that's why there's a lot of opportunity for sports bettors. I mean, just how fragmented the market is. Like, it's crazy. I mean, it's the exact same bet, and these books have vastly different lines for players. I mean, it's insane. Like, 5.5, 7. Like, you would never see this for an NBA player, where PrizePicks and Underdog are, you know, 1.5 off from one another for like a player rebounds line, Kyle Kuzma's rebounds line. It's really only in esports. There's so many games. These books can't manage their lines. There's a lot of discrepancies, a lot of good middle bets. Zeus under 7. I mean, what do we want to go with? Is there any more NBA plays we can possibly go with instead? Russell Westbrook to not make a 3. We're already on Trey's over. Duran plus Plumlee under 19.5 rebounds combo, whatever. Maybe this is the final pick we can go with. So we can go to an NBA play. So here we go. We have 5 unders for the PrizePicks protected play. Again, basically just like the bet loses. Maximum entry amount. It's so fucking annoying because they have me limited to $15. The promo's for a max of $20. Why aren't they letting me bet this, though? Flex Friday, protected play. Insufficient funds. Doesn't even look like they're letting me bet it. If I go here, anyways, I may have to hit this not for the protected play. They had issues with their protected play last week. I'm not even sure why this isn't working. Insufficient funds. So maybe if I don't select this box, will it let me bet it? Anyways, maximum daily amount is $4,000. Are they really just not even going to let me bet this? I mean, they'll let me bet it for $5, which is fucking annoying, but hey. This is what I would have hit for the protected play. Again, I can't get the protected play thing to work right now. Anyways, here it is. Yeah, I'll zoom out and hopefully you can see the entire play. So here's the entire play. You got to get rid of your promo funds first. Anyways, here's the full play. Harden under 14.5 rebounds plus assists. We have Junjia under 7. Yeah, I don't know why their protected play isn't working. It worked. It's been really janky. It was janky last week. I couldn't bet it, and the week before. But we have Beal under 9.5 rebounds plus assists. And then we have Plumlee plus Duran combo under 19.5 rebounds. Anyways, so there we go. We got our first play. Or we have our PrizePicks play, which, I mean, it's not even gonna really fucking matter in terms of the tracking, but just because they only let me bet $5 on it, but hey, whatever. So where should we go to next? Maybe let's see if there's anything on Fliff. There's some plays on Dabble. There's some plays on ParlayPlay. So again, that's why I always say, like, use as many of these books as possible. All these books have sign-up bonuses. You know, like this ParlayPlay site, every single Friday, they give you a 20% deposit match. So it's literally a free $50 every single Friday. You put in $250, they give you $50 for free. It's fucking insane, but all these books are competing with one another for new customers. So they all have pretty lucrative promos. So I always recommend, like, get as many of these books as possible. Even my friends who don't bet on sports, I tell them, sign up for ParlayPlay. I'll fucking hit your bet for you. Put in $100. They give you $100 for free. It's the easiest $100 you'll ever make. So Better, the board is dry right now, so there's nothing on Better. It seems like ParlayPlay has a fair amount of value. We already have this play on Kuzma. Nothing really else on Fliff right now. So maybe we go over to Underdog. Dabble or Underdog? Dabble, please, or Underdog? We'll check out Underdog, and then we'll go to Dabble. So Underdog Fantasy, again, there's a lot of line discrepancies between PrizePicks. In general, PrizePicks seems to be the sharper book. Their lines seem to be more dialed than Underdog Fantasy. So when there's only 2 data points, like, I'd prefer to place the bet on Underdog, not PrizePicks. But also, in general, I'd rather just kind of skip those over. So is there anything on Underdog? Honestly, Underdog looks kind of dry right now. Underdog looks a little dry right now. So maybe we'll go over to Dabble, and we'll see if we can find anything on Dabble. Yeah, it's pretty dry. So, I mean, again, it's not like completely dry. There's a lot of early esports line discrepancies for tomorrow, but I like to wait until there's a few more sports books, hot streak, whatever. Other books posting, odds, so you can kind of see, like, okay, which book is off from the market, which book is actually the book with value. So ParlayPlay has a ton of value. This is a solid book. Yeah, ParlayPlay is a great book. If you don't use it, there's just a lot of good bets on ParlayPlay always. So if we take a look here, like, okay, there's a lot of early esports line discrepancies, but we only have 2 data points. So whatever, maybe we'll skip them over. But let's take a look at, like, this line, De'Aaron Fox, points plus rebounds. Let's take a look quickly. So if we go to Fox, points plus rebounds, you can see here, it's like, okay, every book has his line at 32.5. Most of the books have his over favored or juiced also. So this seems like a great play to go with. Again, like, ParlayPlay, it works exactly like PrizePicks. It works exactly like PrizePicks, right? If we take Fox's over or his under, we're getting the same payout regardless. So we want to take his over. Fox over 31.5 points plus rebounds. All the other sports books have his line at, 32.5. And most of these books have his over favored too. Caesars, they have his line higher at 32.5. And they also have the over favored, the over juiced. And if you're just tuning in, here's the PrizePicks play. I'll post the link for it. So here's the PrizePicks play. I'll post the link for it. And then here's the spreadsheet kind of tracking all the bets we locked in on this live stream. And we also hit Hero over 4.5 assists, so that play was on Fliff. That was the first bet we locked in. Hero over 4.5 assists on Fliff, which is here. Tyler Hero over 4.5 assists. At minus 115. I'm not sure if they ended up moving it. But anyways, let's lock in a ParlayPlay slip quickly. So this is the first play we locked in. It looks incredible. I mean, you can see Bet Online, which is a pretty sharp sports book, a pretty smart one. They've moved his line from plus 110. They've ripped him down to minus 143. Maybe, whatever. Sometimes it's lineup driven. Who's playing, who's not playing, who's on a minutes restriction. Like, I got a lot of shit yesterday for this Halliburton play. Halliburton under 16.5 points, but he barely played in the second half. So minutes restrictions, all that type of crap is baked into the market, into the lines, into the odds that books are putting out. And again, what's crazy about sports betting is just how fragmented the market is. Like, Pinnacle has ripped Hero to being a minus 160 favorite to go over, and Fliff just hasn't even moved their line. They're just still at minus 115. They haven't even budged it. So who knows? Maybe there was some lineup news in the Heat game, or I don't know. Do another PrizePicks bet, please. I already gave out the Underdog promo on Twitter. This is what I gave out. Martin under 5 assists. Simons under 3.5 3-pointers, and Booker over 24.5 points. I'm not sure if any of them are still available. Anyways, where's the Underdog play I gave out? Here. So Underdog has a promo. If you didn't already see it, it expires in, 50 minutes. they're discounting Booker to 24.5 points, which may not seem like a big deal. Like, oh, who cares? Or are you, should I for sure take these discounts? But Booker's regular line is 29.5. So you could middle this. You could bet the over 24.5. You could hedge and bet the under 29.5 on another book. But also, like, that's a big jump in the odds, from 24.5 to 29.5. So if you just go to the game tonight and we look at like Booker alternate points, his over 24.5 is a minus 350 favorite. His 29.5 is minus 114. Minus 350, let's call it minus 300, 3-1 favorite, 75% to win. That's what minus 300 means, right? 3-1 favorite, minus 300 favorite, 3-1 favorite, 75% to win. So that's a big jump in the odds for 5 points. Booker, he's not going to put up 80, most likely. He's not going to put up 5 points. So the points in the 20s are very impactful in terms of how much they move the odds, because most games Booker ends up between 25 and 32. But anyways, let's try to build a parlay play slip quick. So let's refresh this. Again, parlay play's a little slower on bumping stuff. Underdog Fantasy seems really fast in terms of bumping things. But anyways, the first play we can go with is Fox over 31.5 points plus rebounds. I mean, how does that pair? We could include Sabonis under 45.5 PRAs in the same slip. So if we take a look at Sabonis, you can see all these other books have his line at 44.5. So that seems like a solid play. So essentially we're rooting for a big game from Fox and a slow game from Sabonis. I just want to make sure, I always try to make sure, with these fantasy sites, you just want to make sure, you're not playing negatively correlated things. But even for the dabble play I gave out earlier, like this one, so fucking annoying. They're only limiting me to $45. But if you take, Murray has the same odds on his over and his under, right? They're both minus 110. So if you build a same game parlay on FanDuel, which prices in correlation, if you take both their overs, your parlay comes out to plus 246. The odds on Murray's under is the same, so you'd think the parlay would come out to the same odds, but it doesn't. It comes out to plus 214 because taking one over and one under, that's positively correlated, right? If Trae Young has a great game and goes over 27.5, most likely Murray went under, right? So these plays are positively correlated, taking one player to go over and then another player like Kevin Durant over, Booker under, those plays would be positively correlated. And you can see too, we got solid fucking value on those plays. We got Trae over 26. FanDuel has his line at 27. You can see on the dabble screen. And then we got Murray under 24. So not only did we get great value, but we got positive, correlation on those. So I assume it's the same thing with Fox and Sabonis. We take Fox's over, we take Sabonis's under. Those plays seem good, positively correlated. And then, we can lock in some early esports value. Why not? So let's take a look at this real quickly. League of Legends, map 1, map 2. And, hopefully we can build a nice little 6-pick. And then we'll go to dabble or PrizePicks. So here, 7.5, 9. Again, you don't have as many data points. It's not like the NFL. Where you have literally hundreds of sports books posting lines. So you're really confident in your edge, right? NFL markets, there's so many books posting lines. If we could get Brock Purdy over 220 passing yards, that would be a no-brainer. The entire market, we have hundreds of sports books. All of them are taking bets, moving around lines based on where action's coming in, especially action from sharp, profitable customers. Damn, so this play seems solid. I mean, we're all over trade today. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I mean, this play looks rock solid as well. Trae over 13 rebounds plus assists. So if we just go here to rebounds plus assists, let's take a look at Trae's line real quickly. Right? All these other books have his line at 13.5. Parlay plays hanging 13. It's not sexy, but this is how you beat the books. This is how you get an edge. You can see it looks like books are moving towards his over, so that seems great. So we have Trae over 13. We got some more esports value. Jackson under 26.5 points. So we can check out this play. And again, I'm just trying to find, like, I keep my emotions out of my sports betting. I just try to find a bunch of picks with an edge and lock them in, right? Not every bet's going to win. I'm well aware of that. But if we're finding a bunch of plays with an edge, all plays with value, damn, look at this guy. Look at that earring. But if we're finding a bunch of plays with an edge, we'll win long term. So anyways, parlay play, 6-pick uninsured entry, insured entry. Again, like 7-mans are a little better in terms of the EV, but I mean, there's so much value like on all these plays, so they're all good enough. And this is the exact same payout that PrizePicks gives you for 6-pick entries. The only difference between these books is their promos, right? They all have promos, $100 sign-up bonus. What's nice about ParlayPlay too is they let you like bump a line in your favor every day. It's only for a max of $20, but like if you wanted to take Fox to go over, you could bump him down to 30.5, or you could bump Sabonis to 47 PRAs. But anyways, maybe we'll save that for another slip, and let's just kind of lock this in. And they already moved the line on Sabonis. So what I have to do is, very quickly, let's just kind of find something else. I don't want to wait for the NBA playoffs. So Cody Martin, I already gave this out for the Underdog promo. I still think it's solid. Cody Martin under 5 assists, so maybe we go with this. And we don't already have a play in the Hornets game, so this looks good. Fuck, they already moved the line on Fox. So let's refresh this quick. So this play on Martin looks incredible. All the other books have his line at 4.5. We're getting an extra assist of value. We're getting him under 5. That seems solid. Glory over 9. What do we want to go with? We already have that. Trae Young, we already have a play on Trae, so that's not going to work. Russell Westbrook to not make a 3. All the books have his under heavily favored. This was a play again. It was available on PrizePicks. We didn't include it. So what we can do is we can just go here and we can lock in this. And there we go. So there we go. We have a nice little 6-pick entry on ParlayPlay. ParlayPlay has a lot of value right now. Unfortunately, they don't have links on ParlayPlay. Otherwise, I would drop a link, but they don't have links for it. So here's the ParlayPlay plays. I'm not sure. You should be able to see it on the screen. Let me make sure. Can you see it on the screen or no? Yeah, so you can see it on the screen. So UCal over 7.5, map 1-2. We have Trae over 13 rebounds plus assists. Jackson under 26.5 points. Glory over 9, map 1-2. And again, it's the same payouts as PrizePicks. If you go 5 for 6, you double up, so we'll get 120. And then we have Westbrook, no under 0.5 made threes. Again, it seems like the most random shit of all time that we're putting in these slips, but hey, if that's where the value is, that's where the value is. But anyways, let's see if Underdog or something has value. So this is the same payout as PrizePicks. Again, it's going to be 25x, 2x, 0.4x for these 6-pick entries. But anyways, here's the full play if you want to tail it. Any FanDuel parlays? Durant is tired. What are all the ParlayPlay plays? We only have one ParlayPlay play, and I think I already showed it. So anyways, where should we go next? Man, there is a lot of value on Dabble. So where should we start? So what's going on with Kyle Kuzma? I mean, you can see the market has absolutely ripped him to being a huge favorite to go under. A lot of times it's lineup driven, or if a player's on a minutes restriction, right? Like, I mean, I saw all over Twitter yesterday, people like, oh, Halliburton, like, fuck, like, he killed my parlay. It's like, he was on a minutes restriction. Like, we knew he wasn't going to play. But that's all factored into the market. So you saw books drop his lines as it came out that he probably wouldn't be playing much. Still, I don't know why the Pacers use all the minutes in the first half and don't save him for the second half or the fourth quarter. But anyways. So if you go to Underdog, it's like, a lot of times it's lineup driven. If someone's playing or, who maybe wasn't expected to play, then Kuzma's probably going to get less if Jordan Poole is questionable and then it turns out he's playing, Kuzma's line will probably move lower because Jordan Poole will, take some of the scoring off of his plate. Whereas, if Jordan Poole's injured and he's going to be out, you'll see Kuzma's line move higher. And that's all reflected in the market. So you can see all these books have ripped Kuzma to being a pretty heavy favorite, more so on FanDuel. I mean, FanDuel has ripped him, right? So all these books, they're taking different bets. They have slightly different models. FanDuel is taking bets, moving lines based on where their sharp, profitable customers are betting. They have Kuzma as a minus 186 favorite to go under. That's much more aggressive than, let's say, Caesars, who only has him as minus 154 favorite to go under. But, again, you kind of consider the market as a whole. It's sure, Bovada's a little less aggressive than Caesars. FanDuel's really aggressive on his under. But it becomes pretty clear, Kyle Kuzma is a lot more likely to go under 34.5 assists as opposed to over. So what we can do is we can lock in another dabble slip. So we want Kuzma under 34.5 PRAs. I don't really want to pair Jordan Poole with that. It doesn't really I don't think it makes a ton of sense to take Kyle Kuzma under in points and Jordan Poole over in assists. Oh, fuck. Actually, this play looks even better. Sheesh. Kyle Kuzma under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. So let's check out this play. So this play looks incredible on Dabble. So if we go over to the Wizards game, and then we want to go to player combos, and we can check out FanDuel here in a second. But I mean, they have his line, FanDuel has his line at 10.5 with the under favored, and we're getting his line at 11.5. Again, on Dabble, just like Underdog, this is kind of the spreadsheet that breaks down the math behind Underdog, behind, PrizePicks, stuff like that. Yeah, ParlayPlay has so many fucking plays. Anyways, this is the sheet that kind of breaks down the math behind Underdog. But again, on Dabble, we need to win 55% of our picks. And by that, I mean Kyle Kuzma over under 11.5 rebounds plus assists, right? If we can win our plays above 55% of the time, we're going to make money long term. This play clearly is winning above 55% of the time. FanDuel has his line, first of all, lower, and they have the under juice, the under favored. Same thing with BetMGM. They have the line at 10.5. So again, whoa, this play looks fucking incredible. Jaden Ivey under 4 assists. So let's check out this. So this is in Pistons Clippers. So let's get this loaded up quickly. I mean, this play is absolutely incredible, right? Dabble has his line at 4. All these other books have his line at 3.5, and most of them have the under heavily favored. So I'm not sure, I don't know. Maybe there was some lineup news in the Pistons game. Sometimes you can see if you just look at Underdog NBA. But I mean, clearly, that's a big deal. 4 versus 3.5. Most games, Jaden Ivey, again, his line is centered around 3.5. Most games he ends up with 2, 3, 4, 5 assists. So getting that extra half point of value, where if he has exactly 4, we're going to push, everyone else is going to lose. We can see if FanDuel has alternate lines up for assists. And let's just look at Jaden Ivey. So they do, right? So you can see 1 assist moves the line by 126 points, plus 104 to plus 230. So if you kind of assume the same jump for the other, I'm not sure why they don't have odds up on the under 4.5, but it would probably be minus 270. So we're getting under 4, which is kind of the midpoint of under 3.5 and under 4.5, which would be minus 200. So that's a crazy good play. Jaden Ivey under 4 assists. If you use Dabble, these two plays look incredible, and we'll need to lock them in a slip. So we already have Wemby blocks. I mean, we could say we'll also take him steals plus blocks. There's also Trey over 26 points. We already have a play on Kuzma, so that's not going to work. Jordan Poole assists, I don't think that makes a ton of sense to pair. I mean, Bridges under, Neesmith under 5.5 rebounds, James Harden over 4.5 rebounds. None of these plays have a crazy profit margin, but again, like 3-pick entries are optimal on Dabble. So we kind of just want a 3-pick to go with. So what we can do is maybe go to the Hornets game. And we can take Bridges under 8.5 rebounds. All the books have his under heavily favored. Pinnacle's a little more aggressive. They have his under at -153. But this play seems pretty solid on Dabble. So this seems really solid. So what we can do is, I'm going to lock this in. I don't know why I have to disconnect my phone and then reconnect it to lock it in. But what we can do is it just locked. And again, unfortunately, these plays are really good, but unfortunately they only limited me to 40. They're only giving me a max bet size of $45. So we have Kuzma under 11.5 rebounds plus assists, Bridges under 8.5 rebounds, and then we have Ivy under 4 assists. And then I hit this on Dabble. So it's another little 3-pick entry. And again, I'll put the spreadsheet here where you can kind of track all the plays. But what we can do, what's nice about Dabble, is what I can do is be like, fuck, they only let me bet $45. But what I can do is say, okay, let's go here to the Pacers game. And I can just make a slightly different variation of the slip, which I'm not saying to, don't bet out of your bankroll or whatever. But if you want to get down more action, or if they limited you to $45, what you can do is just go here and be like, okay, I'm going to slam this. And you'll see they give me a max bet size. You can see at the top of $45. So basically the only difference is I took the top 2 plays. I flipped Bridges with Neesmith just to get some more action down. So what we do here is just kind of that. $45 on Dabble. Anyways. And again, like I say this all the time, but in these live streams, I try to focus on the main sports books. Like you can see here, I mean, something's going on. It looks like in the Clippers game, all these books have moved Jaden Ivey to being a like you can see his odds kind of have fallen off a cliff, moved towards his under. Who knows? Maybe it's sharp action. All the sharp, profitable customers started hammering his under, so sportsbooks adjusted. Maybe it's, lineup news. He's expected to play less minutes, so lines have moved towards his under. It's not always really clear. But again, I'm not going to lock this in on Fliff because I already locked it in on Dabble, and I'm getting under 4, which is even better. So this play on Dabble is incredible. And again, these 2 plays are really good, so it's kind of up to you. What we could do is just be like, fuck it. Let's go here. Let's go to the Spurs game. And then, let's just lock in Wemby steals plus blocks. Where is steals plus blocks? Nope, 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 nope. And then this looks like another sexy play to go with. All these plays are incredibly good. And you can see they just updated Ivy, so we missed it. So what we can do is be like, okay, whoa, here we have a college basketball play as well. So they just adjusted Jaden Ivey. They bumped him down to 3.5. But hey, this play on Cody Martin, I mean, there's just a lot of value. There's a lot of different options. Let's take a look at Cody Martin assists. So here's the ParlayPlay slip we locked in, if you're curious. And then what I want to do is I want to go to the Hornets game. Fuck, man. I want to go to the Hornets game. And then I want to go to Martin under 5 assists. And you can see risk threshold max is $45. But I'm having fun. So we have Kuzma under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. I mean, this Kuzma plays incredibly good. It'll be bumped soon. Steals plus blocks. And then we have Martin under 5 assists. So there we go. We got another dabble play. And again, that's the benefits of having multiple sports books is there's not this much value on PrizePicks right now. You can see there's not a ton of bets on PrizePicks. Again, depending on where you're located, FanDuel, Caesars, like there's always good bets on FanDuel. I mean, look at this. Nurkic over, like all that OddsJam does is read in all these fucking lines. These sportsbooks have so many lines. They're all trying to set their own lines. Just reads in all the data and points out value. Really simple. But again, like it just depends on where, like Shy. Here's another good play. Over 7.5 assists. We have Nurkic over 3.5 assists. Nurkic has been an assist machine recently. Got everything in. God bless. There we fucking go. It's all gone, bro. I mean, dude, we locked it in on the live stream together. Like, hopefully, you should have enough time to lock these in. Anyways, maybe let's see, better. The board is dry. So we can go to Underdog. Man, I don't love esports, but it does look like, maybe a little bit of value on Underdog. Can't use Dabble in Alabama. Should we do another ParlayPlay slip? I mean, they had a lot of value. Yeah, there's more than enough time. People are fucking sleeping. Anyways, I'm going to do another ParlayPlay slip. The board's a little dry right now on Underdog. Otherwise, I'd lock in another Underdog slip. But hey, ParlayPlay's legal in most states too. I mean, sign up for it. They give you literally a $100 deposit match. And they give you a 20% deposit match every single Friday. You put in $250, you get $50 for free. I mean, this is literally a free $50 every week. It's crazy. So you can see here, ParlayPlay, did they already bump it? Let's see. I may have to reload this. Nope, they didn't. So we want to take them over 5. Okay, so we got our first play in. Grayson Allen as... so let's just kind of take a look. I mean, let's just try to move quickly, lock in some plays. So we have Grayson Allen PRAs. And again, players are always getting injured. Action is coming in. Sportsbooks are adjusting odds based on injuries. Obviously not in basketball, weather changes, in football, whatever. So lines are always bouncing around, and we're always trying to catch sportsbooks sleeping, find value. So like Grayson Allen, Underdog, PrizePicks, all these other books better. They all have his line at 18.5. 18.5 PRAs. ParlayPlay, is chilling with his line at 17.5. Yeah. So the ParlayPlay sign-up link, it's in the description, so you can just find it there. But anyways, let's go here. Whoa. What is going on? So what did we... Man, it X'd me out. So we wanted Grayson Allen over in PRAs. Hopefully you can see this. We'll go to Dabble, maybe back to Dabble in a sec. Okay. So we have this guy over 5. We have Grayson Allen over 17.5 PRAs. Murray under 30. We're already on Murray under in points on Dabble. Yeah. So we're already on Murray under 24 points in this positively correlated play because we're on Trey's over in the same slip. But hey, You know, Dabble has me on some shit-ass betting limit, so we might as well take a look. All these other books have Murray's line 32.5, 33.5, you know, under 34.5. Seems solid. And ParlayPlay has the best payouts out of any of these fantasy sites. So even just getting like a point of value, I mean, this is how you get an edge. And obviously, I follow a very data-driven approach. If there's plays you don't want to play, just skip them over. You know, but like kind of the baseline to being a good trader, investor, sports bettor, whatever, is just finding value in the market. Like if you're betting on Murray's over 34.5, when you can get him, you know, on PrizePicks at 33.5, you know you're getting ripped off, right? You know you're getting ripped off. And if you're getting ripped off, you're not going to make money sports betting. And this play pairs pretty nicely with Trey over 39.5 PRAs. But we already have a lot of bets on Trey, so maybe let's skip this over. Brandon Miller over 3.5 rebounds. Russell Westbrook, we're already on that play. We have a college basketball play. Of course, that 5x isn't showing on his Dabble. It's not 5x, it's 6x. Their 3-pick entries are a 6x payout. Anyways. So, I'm not patient enough to wait for the Super Bowl. So, what we can do is lock in this play. I mean, there's a lot of value on ParlayPlay. Again, like, I'm just going to bet on the books with value. Same payouts as PrizePicks for their 6-pick entries. And here you can see the full play. Allen over 17.5. Again, they only give you a max of 60 for these. Over 5.0 kills, map 1-2, YSKM, you know, DeJounte Murray under 34.5. They don't have a sharing link, otherwise I'd share it. We have Brandon Miller over 3.5 rebounds. So there's the play. And this is on ParlayPlay. And again, I'll just put this spreadsheet in the description, kind of. Oh, the 20x wasn't from the live stream. So these live stream ones I'm just going to include on the live stream. I think the 20x I gave out on Twitter. And again, like all my plays aside from Dabble are tracked on Pickett. That's the only book that doesn't. I just figured for the live streams it makes the most sense. But anyways, I'm not going to track the like here's the first 3 Dabble slips I locked in, but I gave them out on Twitter. I gave them out on Twitter in this tweet. More Fliff, please. Yeah, I've withdrawn from I think I withdrew $6,000 a few days ago. I'm not sure if it hit my bank account, but I've never. Some sports books take a little longer for sure. So I mean, the play we got on Ivy on Dabble. So you can see, like, on Pickett, it literally tracks all the bets. Tyler Hero, over 4.5 assists at minus 115 odds. Like, all this shit's already tracked there. But the play we got on Ivy under 4 assists, I mean, that's incredible. All these other books now have his line at 3.5. With the under heavily favored. I mean, you can see the odds on his under has just fallen off a cliff. We caught Dabble sleeping, which is great. So, like, here's another example. Like, we just got Grayson Allen over 17.5 PRAs in this ParlayPlay slip. Like, there's value on his over 18.5 on Fliff. But, I mean, you can see lines have just straight up beeline towards him going over. Who knows? Maybe Booker or Durant's questionable. Who knows? Like, I don't know. I don't know why. There's some good plays on PrizePicks. But anyways. Jordan Poole, over 2.5 assists. Wemby, this play still available. I mean, they still have this play on Kuzma available. We already locked it in a couple different slips. So, Cormac Ryan, under 12 points. Again, like, it doesn't look like a bunch of books have lines up for it yet. But if you go here to Duke, right, and then we look at player points, it's like they have his line. FanDuel has his line at 11.5 with the under heavily favored. On Dabble, we can get him under 12, right? So we found this discrepancy in the market. Like, Dabble has tens of thousands of lines up. We're trying to zone in on, like, okay, oh, this bet isn't even till tomorrow. I mean, whatever, sure. This bet, Duke, North Carolina, I mean, sure, we might as well get some plays in this game. And sometimes the best bets are early. Like, probably Dabble will bump this by the morning. It's not bumped right now, so we can take advantage of it. So we have Jordan Poole. I mean, here's another play in the Duke game. So it looks like Dabble is just kind of opening the lines a bit too high relative to the rest of the market. So let's go back here. So we have Cormac Ryan under 12 points, Jordan Poole over 2.5 assists. Again, Dabble, it works just like Underdog. You take a guy's over or under, you're getting the same payout regardless. Like a 2-pick entry, you're getting a 3x payout. So we just want to, all these books have Jordan Poole heavily favored to go over 2.5 assists. Very low assist line, but all these books, you can see FanDuel. Who knows why they moved odds exactly like this, but maybe it's like, sharper customers started betting his over, so they moved from -108 to -128, and it's just kind of continued to move towards his over. The market has. And now I don't even see it. But anyways, we already have that in a slip, so maybe we replace that with the Brandon Miller over 3.5 rebounds play. So let's go here. Brandon Miller over 3.5 rebounds. I mean, that's a play. Already locked it in on ParlayPlay, but now the value, ParlayPlay bumped it, so now the value's on Dabble. And again, so many people will be like, oh, don't you want to look at what he did last game? It's like, no, not really. Not really. Like, it's all baked into the market, right? If his line should be higher at 5.5 rebounds, all the sharp bettors would have already hammered his over. The line would have already moved higher. And it's not perfect. Like, I'm not saying sports betting markets are perfect, but again, like, you have multiple sports books. There's hundreds of sports books posting NBA player prop lines for today. They all have Brandon Miller's line at 3.5 with the over favored. That seems like a pretty good play. Damn. So we can refresh this. I mean, we could run a 5-man, but meh. PJ Washington under 2.5 made threes, but you can see it doesn't look like a bunch of books are posting lines on him. So whatever. I'm just gonna, I'm including this, and this will be my final play on Dabble. And then we'll go over to Underdog. Hopefully there's some value on Underdog. So I'm not sure why it doesn't let me, it doesn't verify my location sometimes, but man, we have a lot of plays, but hey, I'm fine with that. All these plays had a solid edge. A lot of them have already been bumped, but hey, there's the play on Dabble. And if you're just tuning in, we just hit this on ParlayPlay. I'm not sure if any of the plays are still available. And then here's the PrizePicks. The PrizePicks play for Flex Friday, they didn't even let me include the Flex Friday. So I did build a Flex Friday. This was the Flex Friday, but they didn't let me include. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I have promo funds, but honestly, I'm not even sure how to get rid of the promo funds. Like, I feel like there's been promo funds for a while, but anyways. Cormac under 12 points. Miller over 3.5 rebounds. And then we have Kuzma. Yeah, they limited me to 45 bucks today. It was a good run. 45 bucks for 3 pick entries. So we have 5 dabble slips, 1 prize picks, 1 fliff on this live stream. Nothing on Underdog. So let's refresh this. You have to bet the exact 1955 to get rid of the promo funds. Huh. The issue is I can't bet 1955 because I'm limited on prize picks. And they only give me a max of $15 now. So I can't even bet 1955. But I have 1965 of promo funds. I mean, we can see. Will they let me use my promo funds on some random shit? 1965. Max entry is $15. So I'll just cash this out if the promo fund maximum daily amount is $2,000. I swear that said $4,000. PrizePicks is the brutal. PrizePicks is brutal in terms of how hard they have limited. But anyways, can't do much about it. So what we can do is, let's check out an Underdog. Draymond Green. Hey. Whoa. Wow. Yo, there's some plays on Underdog. So why don't we take a look at Underdog? So let me go here. Let me just filter out Columbia, Harvard. There's some plays on FanDuel. Again, in these live streams, I'm just trying to focus on PrizePicks, Fliff, legal in the most possible states. So let me filter them out quick. So this play on Jaden Ivey, whatever, we'll skip it over. We already have it. But let's take a look at Underdog. So let's take a look at Underdog once this loads. No, Underdog fucking Fantasy. Anyways. Because it seemed like there was some decent play. There were some decent plays on Underdog. So let's take a look. So let me get rid of that. Okay. Could you show the prize picks again? Yeah, sure. Man, PrizePicks is the worst. But anyways, here's the PrizePicks Flex Friday. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. And again, fucking load. Oy. Super frustrating. I feel like OBS makes my computer like 5 times slower. Anyways, here's the sheet kind of tracking all the bets. And then here's the PrizePicks play. We'll see if this goes any quicker. So here's the PrizePicks play. 5 flex, 4 flex Friday. Anything on Fliff? Yeah, we can take a look at Fliff here after. So we got PrizePicks. This is what I'd hit for Flex Friday. I'm not sure if they're all still available. 2 early esports plays for tomorrow, and then we have 3 NBA plays. One's a combo prop. Alex, if the Fliff play hits, I'm going to order an OddsJam hat. There we go. PrizePicks was already bumped. Anyways, let's see if this fucking speeds up a bit. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at Underdog. Underdog. Again, a lot of line discrepancies. There's only 2 data points. PrizePicks has the line at 4. Underdog's at 3. Not really clear, like, okay, which book is off from the rest of the market. Yeah, I mean, Underdog's pretty dry right now. I'll live stream as we get closer to game time, and there will probably be some better plays. Here's our play from yesterday. Jameson Battle under 6.5 rebounds from last night. I think I gave that out. So parlay play, there's a lot of value. So Underdog had this line available on Draymond Green, but they bumped it. But it's still available. So let's get rid of NFL. I don't want to see football. Too far away. And what we can do is, ideally, I mean, we can lock in a parlay play slip quickly. So Draymond, all the other books have his, line at 8.5, or they have his over 7.5, super heavily favored. So on parlay play, the bar, you only have to win have a win rate of 53.2% on parlay play, 54% of your picks to be profitable. It's not super big. Paul George under 27.5 PRAs. So let's take a look at this. Paul George under 27.5 PRAs. So let's take a look at Paul George's line. Yeah, I mean, this play seems solid. All the other books have his line at 26.5, 27. Again, none of these sports books are perfect, but you have hundreds of sports books posting odds. All of these books, they're taking bets. They're moving lines based on where action's coming in. So this play I actually had for the Underdog Fantasy promo. Simon's under 3.5 made threes. And we can include it again on parlay play because the Underdog promo was a max of $10. We have Neesmith under 2.5 made threes. Did I already bet that? That's what I got to make sure of. Neesmith. So we already bet this on parlay play. We already have 2 slips open on parlay play. Gobert under 14.5 points. That play seems solid. So looks like we're going to have an all NBA slip here. And what we can do is we can run a 7-man this time. 7-mans are a little bit better in terms of the EV. So, Kevin Huerter, all the books have him heavily favored to go under 2.5 made threes. That seems like a solid play to go with. Over 3.5 rebounds here. And just trying to move quickly. I mean, we can lock in a nice little 7-man. And here's a final play with value. So again, you can obviously skip over any of the plays you don't like. It's just the baseline for making money sports betting is we want to find value in the market. So anyways, let me just lock this in before anything gets bumped. You can see for 7 pick entries, it says, hey, max bet size is $35. So hopefully you can see it on the screen, but this is fuck. Where is it now? Damn. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. You can't use VPNs for sportsbooks, unfortunately. GeoComply doesn't work with it. But anyways, hopefully you can see this parlay play slip. They don't have a share entry. And this is just a 7-man straight up. No, you cannot see that. Anyways. Does that work better? Let's see if this works better. Gobert under 14.5 points. George over 27.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. This will work better. There we go. Bam. And yeah, again, all my plays are tracked on Pickett. So we have George over 27.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Simons under 3.5 made threes. Herder under 2.5 made threes. Green over 7.5 points, which was the best play. Anyways, here's the play. I'll just put it in the chat because this looks fucking stupid because I clicked out of it. Anyways. And this is on ParlayPlay. So this is a 7-man uninsured entry. So it's a 75x payout. So it's a 75x payout. And this is on ParlayPlay, which is actually the optimal slip type. Again, like when you kind of go through the math behind these platforms and, you know, just because, you know, on PrizePicks, 3-man slips. So on PrizePicks, 3-man slips, let's go here. 3-man slips, they only give you a 5x payout. You know, on Underdog, it's a 6x payout. We're betting 10 to win 60. It does kind of matter like how many picks you go with on all these platforms. Yeah, of course. Anyways. Let's go back here and let's take a look. So, I mean, there's just a lot of value on ParlayPlay right now. Not a ton on Underdog, unfortunately. Yeah, Underdog bumped the play on Draymond pretty quickly. I mean, I'm sure Dabble has some good value. It looks like there's some decent plays on Fliff, but nothing super high profit margin. Like this play on Jaden Ivey looks solid, but again, we already have him under 4 on Dabble, so I don't have like a huge incentive to bet him again. On Dabble, Wemby over 3.5 steals plus blocks looks really good. Kuzma under 11.5 rebounds plus assists, you know, but we've already locked in a lot of these plays. Jordan Poole, I mean, yeah. So anyways, we'll call it a day for now. I'll probably do a live stream in a bit, but thanks so much for your time. Hopefully it was